Meanwhile, Parker Messick gets the ball for Florida State, second in the ACC in innings pitched with 93 2/3. Top 5 in the country in strikeouts.
140 punch-outs. He's watched 16 guys. It's elite stuff and control. It's a real good combination. So fastball will be low 90s. Changeup is the separator for Messick. He'll throw it to righties and lefties. The breaking ball is good. The changeup is one of the best in the entire country. If he has that one going, he'll throw it in any count. If he has that one going, that's usually where that strikeout number continues to rise.
140 strikeouts to 16 walks. That is absurd. So not just good history with these programs, but also individually good seasons. You see Parker Messick looking down at his wristband. That is to get the pitch. We've gone digital.
We've gone way digital, yeah. There's not a ton of teams that are using those across the country. I do like it, though. It speeds the game up a little bit. The pace is better. Florida State hadn't used it all year. In fact, they just started a few weeks ago. There's a remote that a coach, pitching coach will have, signals it in, usually with numbers. Look down, you know exactly what the numbers correspond to, and off you go.
Jimmy Bellinger in his 3rd season as the pitching coach for Mike Martin Jr. He just punched a couple numbers in. Real time. Michael Curiel had a fantastic Pac-12 tournament like a lot of the UCLA hitters. And 14 hits in 5 games. That's pretty fast, huh?
Yeah, I like too. He still peeks in, and you can see there's really no sign. Colton Vincent, the catcher, just kind of flashes his hands.
Curiel fouls one off.
That was the only thing when I saw guys using it is the cadence, because you're so used to your entire life. The cadence is the exact same on the mound. You stand there, you look in, you take a sign, you shake yes or no, and you go. And here you still keep that same cadence. It's just not a sign that really means anything. Change up there, you can feel that one coming. He goes elevated fastball, misses with the change. He'll throw 3, 4, 5 in a row too. He's not afraid to double up.
Schreier over at first base, 11 for 15 on the season. Full count now to Curiel.
See if UCLA takes a chance right here. You get the entire right side of the infield essentially open. It's not a full shift by Florida State, but they've pushed the second baseman Roberts way up the middle. You got a 3-2 count with 1 out. You're counting on Curiel to make contact.
Curiel out of Jay Serra. He was a 31st round pick of the Rockies coming out of high school in 2019. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Slide step right there from Messick too. So he thought there was a decent chance Schreier was going to go. He speeds everything up going to home plate. He runs that 3-2 changeup up there right now. For UCLA, you just look at the arsenal that Parker Messick has. It's never a fastball count. It doesn't matter what the count is. There's never a spot that you're absolutely going to get a fastball. Even with the guy standing on first base there, 3-2 count went back to the change for his first strikeout.
3rd in Division I, 141 Ks. And a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1 to Ethan Gorson, who leads the Pac-12 in doubles with 22 of them. Freshman from San Diego out of Point Loma. A young UCLA team and a sensational recruiting class this year for John Savage and his staff. Unfortunately, especially on the pitching side, a number of those young talented players are injured. But when healthy, it could and should rival the class that resulted in a national championship just a handful of years ago. In the dirt, skipped away from Vincent, and Schreier takes second on the wild pitch.
Yeah, talking to John Savage yesterday, that was one thing, and we've seen injuries ravage a lot of pitching staffs around the country, but it has really hit UCLA. This is not the staff and the depth that the Bruins thought they would have as the season has gone on, but yet they still find themselves in a pretty good spot. 19-11 in the pack, traveling a ways, but traveling as a 2 seed, and a team that, and I think Florida State fits this bill as well. That you can definitely look at and say is a legitimate threat to not just get through this weekend, but next weekend.
2-time National Coach of the Year, 2010 and 13. One of a handful of active coaches in college baseball that owns a national championship. Schreier, the runner at second base. Gorson facing a 1-2 count. And he strikes him out with a fist pump to follow. Back-to-back Ks for Parker Messick, one of the best in the country at that.
140 strikeouts from Messick coming in, so a leadoff single gets a line out to right. And then Parker Messick starts doing Parker Messick stuff. Punts out Curiale and now gets Ethan Gorson on the breaking ball down and away. Good start for the Noles. 1 in the books. They lead at 1-0.
Here's Darius Perry from Whittier, California, out of La Mirada. Was a 39th round pick of the Rockies in 2019. Seven-hole hitter. He's a junior. As a high school senior, he was rated the 3rd best catcher in the country. Has found playing time hard to come by since he's been in Westwood. Of course, 2020 was a shortened season, 1 start last year. Curveball misses low, 2-1.
UCLA is going to be one to watch over the next few years, and I think Florida State is. You know that John Savage is always going to have a recruiting class that'll match up with most. But man, they are really young right now, and you can just see this team growing up. Darius Perry, I think he lost track of the count right there. Yeah, little false step down to first base, had to pull the shooting head back. Now 3-1.
Hey, it's still early on the West Coast. Full count. Here's the payoff. And there's strike 3. Messick has K'd 3 through 2. And he cruises through the second by putting the side down in order.
How about the fist pump before the punch out? That's what Parker Messick had right there. He's punched out 3-2 to finish the first 2 innings, and the Noles lead it. Parker Messick's doing his part today, and I know the last few times out haven't been as good as maybe the early season. What has made him so good today in your eyes?
Oh, it's the usual. Parker, 4 pitches for strikes. Jimmy does a great job of calling his game, and you never know what pitch you're going to get when he's on the mound, and he's working up and down, and that was the problem, is everything seemed to be up. He's got to get that thing down.
Hey, you guys have gone to the digital wristbands for the pitch calling, but you just went to it recently. What sparked the change?
Just, the usual. You play teams in the league, and everybody's trying to steal signs at second and get stuff from wherever they can get it, and just put their mind at ease. I think it's the way everybody's going to go here shortly. It speeds it up. There's no confusion. There's no nothing.
Meade, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Seminoles with a 3-0 lead in the 5th. And Reyes looks at a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The UCLA DH. And Messick gets him to chase upstairs with a fastball. Another strikeout for Parker Messick. That's his 4th of this game.
Giving up 1 hit, and it was the first hitter of the game. Cody Schreier with a single since then. Parker Messick has dealt. Elevated fastball, the changeup's been good. Strikeout number isn't what sometimes we'll see from Messick. That's just his 4th. But he's also just walked 1 today.